Hello, and welcome to Palindrome ASMR, the show where I talk in a calming, soothing voice to help you relax and to help you sleep or whatever else you do with ASMR videos. Personally, I watch ASMR videos to relax, not to get tingles, really, because frankly, I don't get tingles very often. I don't get ASMR tingles anymore. I used to a while ago, long while ago, but eventually I developed an immunity to it, and very few things give me ASMR tingles. And so usually I watch ASMR videos for two reasons. One, to listen to someone's soothing voice. Two, to relax. And three, to interact with the person behind the camera. Because in my experience, ASMR videos are one of the most personal, interactive forms of YouTube media that I have found out there. And when I watch ASMR videos, I feel like I get to know the person behind the camera. I get to spend half an hour talking with them or listening to them talk. Even though I can't reply to them, even though hundreds of thousands of other people also watch that video, I still can't shake the feeling that I'm having a one-on-one, personal, special interaction with them. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to start my own ASMR channel. Not just because there are some things I want to do that other ASMR artists don't do. There are a couple of those. But because I want to interact with people. I want to become a person that brings people connectedness, brings them a special kind of feeling that you can't get through regular TV. The feeling that you know someone, the feeling that you have a friend, someone to confide in, someone who, when you're feeling down or when you're not so much in a good mood, that person will talk to you and listen to your troubles and help you relax by saying, "It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay." Another one of the things I do enjoy about ASMR is the crinkly sound, of course. The crinkly sounds, the tapping sounds, those are all fancy and good. If an ASMR video isn't buoyed, or weighed out by crinkles, if there aren't crinkles, then it doesn't feel like an ASMR video. So, today's object is another object I found in my trash bin. It might get the same sound as the other objects that I've also found in my trash bin, but this one is special because I'm a college student and my diet consists of a lot of ramen. Now, if people want it, I will probably eat ramen on my microphone, and because eating sounds are actually one of my few preferred sounds. I like eating sounds more than I do crinkling sounds, but I don't think this channel is ready yet to have an eating video. I'll have to make a eating video specifically for eating, not one of my regular uploads, because it's a little bit, even in the ASMR community, eating videos are niche. A niche within a niche, so to speak. Now, when I make these videos, I try and relax myself as much as possible because it occurs to me that many of the ASM artists that I watch aren't actually relaxed when they are making an ASMR video. They seem kind of high-strung, wired, like the camera is making them nervous or something, or they're trying to put on a show. I want to avoid that. I want to be as calm as possible in front of this camera. I want to reach a sort of meditative Zen state, a state where time is an eternal now, a state where the flow of life is, well, that's me getting into my mystic voodoo vocabulary, my glossary of spiritual terms, because while I am not a religious person, I am a spiritual person. I have very strange beliefs that are influenced by my experiences, and maybe one day I'll talk about them, but for now let's just listen to a little bit more of this crinkling sound. I'm staying as still and relaxed as possible. No sudden movements, no sudden words, no non-deliberate actions, just calm, deliberate motions, maybe some calming hand motions. I actually like it when people make calming hand motions. They do this, and they do this, and they do this. I'm missing the middle of the camera. There we go. I need to get better at doing that. I'll get better at doing that, and maybe one of these days make an entire video dedicated to calming hand motions. Maybe when my computer is in a better position. Maybe when I get a better camera and some better software. But for now, I'll have to deal with what I have. Oh, there's a moth. There is a moth in my trailer, and it is flapping its wings, trying to enter the light bulb, of which there are several in this trailer. I'm relaxing myself too. This feeling relaxes me a lot now. Back to my strange set of beliefs. I mean, maybe one of these days I'll make a video dedicated to it, but I do have a very strange set of beliefs that are neither atheistic nor agnostic nor Christian. I guess the best way to describe them would be Gnostic, if I correctly use that term. Gnostic, or gnosis, spelled with a GN, is that which is known. Gnosis is the act of learning something, and having a Gnostic belief means you have a belief that has been heavily influenced by your own experience and knowing. That's why agnostic has the A in front of the gnosis. Agnostic means can't know. The Latin prefix a, which is a opposite maker. You know what? I'm using all these complicated words and I can't even remember the word for that prefix that makes a word its opposite, but agnostic means cannot know, no experience, you cannot experience. And so having a Gnostic belief system means one that I've experienced, and it's not any brand of Gnosticism. And I may be on a complete tangent here, I may be misusing my words completely, but that's just what I've learned. I'm not sure if I'm correct on the definition of Gnostic. I'll have to look it up later, but that's the closest you can get to my set of beliefs. One of these days, I'll reveal exactly what those beliefs are and what they're influenced by, but I was raised as a Christian, an evangelical Christian, and I never really connected with that religion. So maybe some of you are feeling the same thing, or maybe some of you are Christian, and I believe that Christianity is not wrong. They are not misguided or anything. They have the right path, but it's like there's a river, and Christianity is just one of the ferries across that river. Of course, it's the biggest and most proprietary ferry next to Islam, but it's one ferry out of a million, and unlike most people, I've built my own raft to take me across the river. Some people deny that there's a river. Some people don't care how they get across the river, but everyone at some point has to make that crossing. I'm waxing philosophical here. Let's listen to some more Crinkles. Sorry if my beliefs don't align with yours. I mean, I'm a libertarian in the most socially libertarian sense. I believe that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and I don't believe in subjective truth. I believe in super subjective truth, malleable truth, or rather, your truth is objective, and I will do my best to believe that your truth is objective, while at the same time, here I am subjectively claiming that there is multiple truths, but at the same time, let me just say that the worldview is complicated. It all boils down to everything is everything else. That is what my belief system boils down to. Everything is everything else. And you can have one person's objective truth be an objective truth, while at the same time someone else's objective truth is that there is no objective truth and there is only subjective truth. But at the same time, both of those people's truths can exist independently and dependently and in the same universe, because everything is everything else. And once you come to that realization, you'll figure out that, well, it doesn't really matter. It's all inside here. Let's stop it with the metaphysical mysticism and get back to the Crinkles. I do apologize for the poor lighting conditions. As you can see right about there, there is a bulb of light from my light bulb, but I live in a trailer, so this is the best I can get. Oh, if you can hear that, that is a passing truck on the highway outside. You know, one of my favorite sounds is the sound of passing cars. I don't know why, I never understood why, but the sound of passing cars just relaxes me, makes me feel safe, secure. Like there are other people in this world. There are other people who are not concerned about me, who are simply going about their lives, but who would probably be nice people if I went in to ask them how they were doing. I would figure out that they would be nice people, and that's the sound of cars just relaxes me. It makes me feel like I live in a world where everything is good, because these cars can go on without any worries, without any care. They can pass this house. They can make all of my worries, all of my insecurities insignificant, because I'm just 1, 2, 3 seconds of their road passing. They don't even know that I'm listening to them pass. And maybe I'm the same. Maybe when I'm driving down the interstate at night, I make someone relax because my car passes. I used to live in California next to a freeway, and at night, if the window was open, I could hear the cars passing. This continual sound, like ocean waves. Shh, shh, shh. And I loved that sound. I know a lot of people don't like that sound, which is why they built dividers between the freeway and the houses, and why houses closer to freeways don't cost as much, but I always personally enjoyed that sound. I enjoy most white noise sounds. I enjoy the sound of static. I enjoy the sound of the city at night. I enjoy the sound of a soft crowd in the distance. I enjoy the sound of a fan running. I enjoy the sound of crickets, of frogs and cicadas. Now I'm going to promote my books, as I do at the end of every one of my videos. I will promote my book. I'll put a link to the Amazon page in the doobly-doo. If you've watched this far with me, congratulations. Now you get to hear a little bit of advertisement. So, this is the second book that I wrote. It's called War on the Rolling Plains. It's about tanks, flat worlds, a female commander who has to save the world from a invading force of alien technology that threatens the world. And let me give you a background. So, this book was inspired by the anime Arpeggio of Blue Steel. Now, maybe some of you don't watch anime, and even those that do watch anime, you've probably not heard of Arpeggio of Blue Steel. It's relatively niche, relatively lesser known. And in that anime, there are ships that have human bodies. So basically, the ship has a projection, an AI projection of a human, so that they can interact with humans on a face-to-face level. It's like Cortana from Halo. I'm sure all of you know Halo. If you don't, well, I don't know what to do. There's Not really. Maybe I'll reference Isaac Asimov. So basically, it's like these ships have a personality that is a robotic personality, but robot in the sense of Isaac Asimov's Caves of Steel, where they are virtually identical to humans in every way except they have superpowers, except they have enhanced strength and vision and agility and enhanced everything. So these ships are well, these ships are part of an alien invading force that is invading the Earth for its own purposes, which are unknown and unexplained, although canonically they are explained. I consider the explanation to be non-canon because it is simply stupid and doesn't make any sense. I prefer it to be left a mystery because I'm going on a ramble here, but in the anime they they in universe explained what the ships were doing in a sequel movie to the series. And I'm sure that happened in the manga too. Originally it was a manga, but it was so stupid and so it let me down so much that I just considered it to be fan fiction, even though it was by the same people, the same author. But that's beside the point. That's just my own disappointment at a cool anime series gone wrong. So, War on the Rolling Plains was inspired by this anime series and takes a lot of the same plot points from that anime, except it transposes them into a world where instead of ships, instead of submarines and battleships and aircraft carriers, they are tanks, because I like tanks. I played a game called War Game, which is also a very niche game. I spent a lot of hours on it, and the war game is all about tanks and helicopters too, but mostly tanks. Tanks firing at each other, and I liked tanks, so I wrote a book about tanks who have human personalities. That right there is Ellen. She is the human personality of this tank here, who contacts Celise after she is about to die and sends her on a mission to save the world from enemies. And so Celise gathers an army of ragtag volunteers and heads at those guys, meeting new friends along the way and convincing the enemy to join her, turning the enemy to her side. Now, the book goes off its purpose for a little while. It sort of veers into some strange territory, but I thought it was interesting. It was an interesting experiment, to say the least, and it was really fun writing it. I had lots of fun writing this book. Probably the most fun out of any book I've written. I've written enough books now to the point where it's not really fun anymore to write. It used to be very fun to write. I used to have so much fun writing. But now that I've written 9 books, I don't know how to have fun writing anymore. It's a writer's block, I suppose. I love that page sound. Let's tap on this book a little bit. I apologize for the poor setup. I'm on a shoestring budget here. I'm just creating these because I feel like I have this urge to create. You know, I'm the kind of guy who writes 9 books before getting tired of writing. So, of course, I'm going to be the same kind of guy who starts a YouTube channel just because he feels like it. Because I do like watching ASMR, and ASMR has been a part of my life for a good, 2.5, almost 3 years. I've watched ASMR on a near daily basis. people like Ephemeral Rift and Fred's Voice and Raffy Taffy, and notice they're all male ASMR. For some reason, watching girls do ASMR is just, it doesn't, but people, I do enjoy watching people like Heather Feather and Gentle Whispering. Those are two of my favorite ASMR channels, actually. But lately, their videos just haven't been as ASMR-y, And so I do watch them very often, as a matter of fact. But I watch other ASMR channels more often. And I'm just rambling now. This is the end of the video. Buy my book, War on the Rolling Plains by Zeppy Chang. That is my real name. That is the name on my birth certificate. Well, my real name on my birth certificate is Zepping, Zeping. But this is what I call myself and what most people call me. Except on official notifications where it's Zeping. It's a Chinese name. Zeping means River of Peace. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this relaxing ASMR video with me talking in a soft, soothing voice and relaxing myself very much. So, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Goodbye. Goodbye.